everybody? How you doing today? So I actually just sent my Scuf off to have it repaired, believe it or not. I'll explain it later. So got the box here. Um, really, I've had good stuff with their customer service. I guess we're gonna find out like if they actually repair their things like they should. So let's open it. Kind of shaky in there. Let's see what we're actually talking about here. Put that out of the way. Okay. So it looks like they might have actually fixed the problem I was having. They actually did. So that kind of sucks. But alright, so my review of the Scuf. Personally, it is my first Scuf. If you've watched my unboxing video, you know that. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't ever actually think that I would need to spend, so much money on a remote. Just to be completely honest with you. But as I progress into playing and stuff like that, I wanted to be the best, or at least try to be the best. I decided that it was time that maybe I stepped up my game a little bit, because obviously from the reviews you hear online, or anybody who's anybody, you're hearing that, oh yeah, Scuf this, Scuf that. At least from anybody who thinks that they can play, they're going to tell you that Scuf is the best of the best. And obviously there's some other remotes out there that are pretty cool. But yeah, the Scuf's primarily going to be the one that you hear about, right? So I decided I was going to step up my game, and just around the time that I did it, just so happened they released this Infinity 4PS, which ended up being pretty cool, because obviously this feature right here is pretty cool. So I decided to go out and, I placed my order with one. It ended up taking about 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks from ordering it to getting it to my door, which, isn't too bad, all things considered, that this remote is pretty fancy. So there's a lot of cool features about this remote that I really I've come to appreciate, compared to not having this remote. The things I'd have to say about this remote, obviously, changing out these thumbsticks is pretty cool. It doesn't, you're not in need of control freaks anymore if that's what you like to use. You're not in need of control freaks anymore if that's what you like to use. You can just order some Scuf thumbsticks and change out the thumbstick, which, in my opinion, is pretty cool. So like I said, I've never actually owned a Scuf before this one. So it took a little bit to get used to, I have to be honest with you. I've owned it for a little bit over a month now. I've owned it for a little bit over a month now, and I have to say that it's hard playing without it. It's really hard playing without it, because when you get used to being in your gun battles, right, and then you're running around acting a fool, and then you go to jump on them. You're used to doing this, right? And then me personally, I've got this one set up for reload. So I'm running around and I'm acting a fool, So anyways, you're running around, you're doing that, and you get to keep your stuff here, right? You get to keep aim, control, all of that, whilst doing all this other stuff. So it begins to be a habit that you form with this remote that is not a bad habit, actually. So do I believe that the normal person needs a Scuf remote? I wouldn't say it's a necessity, really. A Scuf remote is always going to be nice. At least from what I've learned with this, a Scuf remote is going to be nice. And if you're looking to take your gaming to the next level, obviously you want things like, you know, a good headset, a good monitor, and first and foremost, Scuf. I think the only difference actually between this one and the regular Scuf Infinity, or the Scuf 4PS, is obviously these trigger extenders. So if you're looking to step your game up, in my opinion, a Scuf remote is actually gonna come in handy for sure. Like I said, it becomes a habit. You used to be able to do things like this, where you can just run and reload and do all this. So, do I recommend a Scuf? Yes, I do recommend a Scuf. I think it's one of the best controllers on the market by far. So moving on to craftsmanship, I really feel like these are well constructed. They take their time with these remotes. Honestly, you'd hope so, considering I think the base model is $130, $124 before taxes. So yeah, oh yeah, you can buy one of these for $124.95 before taxes. It's just going to be all black like the base model, except it'll have some panels. So yeah, they really, I feel like they take their time when it comes to crafting and stuff, at least from what I've got to deal with. But unfortunately, there is some drawbacks. There's a good drawback, and then there's some minuscule drawbacks. So the first drawback would obviously be when you don't have it, you don't play as well. At least I didn't. I didn't have it. I had to send it in recently. I didn't have it for a couple of days, so I sent it in. And for those few days, it was really hard adjusting back to not having a Scuf. Not saying it can't be done, but it's a little bit difficult. So the other drawback would be I haven't had the best luck, actually, out of the repair shop. Okay, so here's the problems I've had thus far. When I got the remote, I had it for a couple of days, and obviously I didn't know what to expect. So I was getting used to it, and I finally did, and I got adjusted, loved it. Then it got, for some reason, whenever I would be in a gun battle or whatnot, like I said, I had my back right paddle set up to reload, and it was like whenever you hit it, it wouldn't register. So that began to be a pain. I've just spent a lot of money on a custom remote, and you know I expected that to be the best. And also the trigger stop that is right here. It's looser. It's looser than the one on R2. I don't know why it is, but so when I sent it in the first time, I got them to look at the trigger stop, and I got them to fix the paddle. So, good news, they fixed the paddle. Terrific. Guy who got my call the first time, he wasn't too arrogant, but you could tell if you didn't know what you're talking about, he really didn't want to deal with you. So other than dealing with that, it was alright. So I got it back. I'm enjoying it. Great time. Then another problem occurs. So when I get it back, the trigger stop was never fixed, and I know I had it located in there, and I know I talked to the guy on the phone about it. So the left paddle started doing the same thing the right paddle was doing. So I sent it in, told him the left paddle was now messing up as well as the right, when it was. And the trigger stop was never fixed. Please fix it. Alright? So I get it back today. I'm doing this video today. I just got it back today. Good news is the left trigger was fixed, left paddle, so that is awesome. Bad news though, the trigger stop never got fixed. It's still pretty loose in there, and I really emphasize on the repair slip that I wanted it fixed, because you know, you can imagine when you're in the middle of running around aiming and shooting, you gotta hit that thing hard enough where it's a little bit offside, it pops down, so you're having to deal with that in the middle of your gun battle. Kind of a shame. So customer service, repair, customer service, I'll say I'll give them a 6.5. Repair, I give an 8, because it doesn't seem like they, you know, after you pay for it, they really don't care too much. Luckily, mine was covered under warranty, so I didn't have to pay anything but $6 for a box to ship it. But I just don't understand why they can't fix this trigger stop, and this one is so much tighter. So ultimately, do I think you need a Scuf? No, you don't need a Scuf. But if you're really looking to step your game up, you should definitely research, go to a friend's house that maybe has one, go to a Best Buy maybe if they had some or something like that, a GameStop, and test them out. Because personally, I believe that if you invest in a Scuf, you're really stepping your game up. It took a little while to get used to, but ultimately I'm having a blast with this thing, and I'm definitely a happy buyer. So that concludes the video. That's my honest review of the new Scuf Infinity 4PS. If you like the video, If you want to see more gameplay, hit the sub button. Love you. Peace.